Nobody wants to overpay for anything. It just kind of makes you feel silly. But we really kind of have to define what overpay means. If you are investing money in something that somebody is offering it to you for $100, yet you pay $110, you're kind of overpaying. But in less than 30 days, it's now worth $150. Did you still really overpay? Or was that a good investment? You kind of have to define what overpay and good investment for you is. Okay, so I'm going to ramble for a minute. Downtime, I like to do a little bit of research and article reading, because if I don't, I'll end up with thousands of emails and none of them ever read. So I tend to take some time on the weekend and kind of go through them. And one of them I started reading, and this article was written back in May of 2021. To kind of give you a little bit of background of where my brain goes, I do have a bachelor's degree in economics, so money, stocks, economics, it's kind of an interest for me. And so I'm reading this article, and this article is technically about why you should wait to buy a home. And one of the arguments is you don't want to overpay. And who wouldn't argue with that? But the article then goes on to kind of explain a little bit more that even though a lot of brokers and agents and economists out there would agree that we are not likely going to see a recession or housing issue like we did back in 2007, 2008 when everything came tumbling down, because the situation is different. This article talks about one of the 4 reasons why you should wait to buy a home, and the first one it lists is you don't want to overpay, which again, nobody's going to disagree with that, but define overpaying. And so it goes on to say that since 2008, that home prices across the country have risen 16 to 20% year over year. And then it goes on to explain that this doesn't necessarily mean that the housing market and prices are going to crash or even fall, for that matter. Then it says that most economists believe that it's actually going to keep appreciating. It says don't buy now so you don't overpay. I get that, because right now in a lot of the markets, the average people are paying above list prices anywhere between 5 and 7% above list. But let's make sense of that real quick. Even if you're paying above list in this market and they predict prices to continue to appreciate, it's not going to take long for the market value of your home to be above what you paid. That's still a good investment. You're in a position to pay above list and provide an appraisal waiver, it really is not a bad time to invest in a home, or even sell your home and buy another one. There are things you can do to help with that transition. There may be a slight waiting period, but if you've been in your home for more than 5 years, it might be worth looking into.